content marketing, costumes. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I wanted to tell you about something that I was reminded of when I was going back and looking through a book that I had up on my shelf. This is, I mentioned this one before, 21 Performance Secrets of Donald Trump by Clint Arthur, known as the celebrity entrepreneur, and talking about he likes to take famous people and kind of break down how they've been able to make themselves known and make themselves famous and hold themselves out as a celebrity. And so he wrote this while Donald Trump was running in 2016. So he plays a lot of back and forth with Donald Trump's whole career versus how he was running for office. And it's a very interesting profile, whether you like Donald Trump or not. It's regardless, if you understand the principles of how he was able to come out of nowhere, not completely nowhere, everyone knew who he was, but how he could come out of nowhere, politically speaking, run for president and win. It's pretty incredible, and you have to learn something about how that occurred. This is a good non-political book about that. And there's a chapter in here where he discusses costumes and how Donald Trump had a very specific style costume that he wore when he was doing the Apprentice TV shows and was putting himself out there on a regular basis. He had the navy suit, dark navy suit. He had the starched white shirt and the real flashy, sometimes neon colored tie, and very shiny and just something to get attention. That was kind of his brand for a very long time. And then when he ran for president, the one thing you saw that changed a lot was the tie. Is that the tie was made more conservative. You'd see a striped or a very toned down colored tie, and that his persona in that sense got toned down quite a bit. It may not have been from him personally. It was probably from campaign handlers and other people. But the fact that it happened, you can see that you're talking to different markets for different reasons, and you have a different costume in a sense, and it's always a costume of some sort. Even the clothes that I wear on here are not they're not overly thought out, but they do. I am very careful to not wear certain things. I want to appeal to certain types of people, and at the same time, I don't show up here in a suit most of the time, like many people who do what I do as a business investor or do something similar in that vein. I try to keep things pretty low key, and that's kind of my costume, so to speak. Here's another person that I love to watch her stuff. She's got great material out there on social media, especially on YouTube. This is Dr. Boz, Annette Bosworth. She is an MD. One of her big claims to fame is she promotes a ketogenic diet and goes through details of that from a doctor's perspective. So she's got some great material, but how she presents herself is very, very, very key. Being a doctor is no small part of what it is that she's projecting. So she's wearing a lab coat a lot of times. I mean, if you just go through and look at the screenshots on her YouTube, she's wearing a lab coat, and oftentimes with that, or when she's not in a lab coat, she'll have a stethoscope around, hanging around her neck. That can't be accidental. This isn't just something happenstance that just happens to be wearing this when she does her videos. She does it to project the idea, if nothing else, to at least encourage people's subconscious to realize this is a doctor. This is how people view doctors, that this is how they dress, and they've got a stethoscope. This is very important marketing and very important with image branding. And you're not lying to people by dressing a certain way. You're being very clear. In fact, you're communicating what you want to communicate. You're holding yourself in a way that you want to be seen. And that's very important about standing out, is understanding your costume and understanding different types of costumes for different occasions, so to speak. What you wear matters, because projects who you are. And that also goes along with how you wear your hair, how you wear your makeup if you wear makeup, how you wear your jewelry if you have jewelry, and all the rest of it. So all these things have to be taken into consideration. Really appreciate Clint Arthur's work out there. You can always go check his stuff out. Go check out Dr. Boz and so forth. That's all I have for today. Go grab my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. If you want some, that we're talking kind of strategies for content marketing, but if you want to talk strategies for your overall business, which includes some points about content marketing, go check out 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. If you want to get a free copy, you can download it off my website, amazonproofbook.com. All one word, amazonproofbook.com. That's all I have for today. You have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.